Hi, welcome to Vic Event Sports Stat. I'm Bart.
I'm Vic, and welcome to Defcon Rugby Show Wednesday edition. Vern, middle of the week. I've been reading some interesting things going on. David Kriel leaving the Bulls to go play for La Rochelle.
Wow.
So that'd be a good move for him. La Rochelle pay well. I saw the Bulls sending up an unbelievable squad. They've sent up there to play the Glasgow Warriors. I mean, they've got I think 15 Springboks in it. I mean, they have sent everything and the kitchen sink up there.
Good job.
I haven't seen the Stormers yet, what they're going to do. But look, the Stormers should walk the game. It should be an easy one against Toulon. Toulon is cuck. Toulon have not done well this season, Vern.
Still enough there to beat the Stormers.
But let's have a look. What are we talking today? Investec Cup, Challenge Cup, Super Rugby, URC, Top 14, Gallagher Premier League, Japanese League, and some Rugby Sevens as well. Because at Rugby Sevens, they've got a 3-tournament World Championship going on, which is really good, so we'll get into that. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And of course, if you want to get the email, there's the email. If you want to, write to one of these two idiots, then do so. But look, we have got to start with the Investec Cup on the weekend. Big Investec Cup games there. Put it out there. It's the quarterfinals of the Investec Champions Cup is the full name. I would like to say, let's go through the game slowly but surely. Saints against Custers. Saints top of the English Premier League. I think they win at home.
They are definitely hot favourites there, the Saints.
Then an all-Premier Gallagher Premiership battle there with Bath and Saracens. I think that could be tight.
That could be tight. The Saracens not doing that well this season, so you'll have to give it to Bath.
Yeah, but I prefer Shower than Bath, so I'm going with Saracens.
Okay.
There you go. Then your friends, Toulon against the Mighty Stormers.
Thanks for once pronouncing it right. It is the Mighty Stormers.
Yeah, I'm building you up for the big four.
I know you are, you bastard. But no, it always depends what side the Stormers
Plus
send up.
50 for the Stormers. I can't see anything else but the Stormers routing this team. Stormers are going to go all guns blazing. Stormers going to win the Investec Cup.
Yeah, man.
I've got a bottle of limoncello that I'm going to go buy for you tomorrow just to put it on ice for you, just in case,
Listen here, I only take the limoncello if they play up to my standards. Last 2 games they won, I didn't touch the limoncello.
But you should never drink limoncello.
No, that's also true. But
you should lay off the drink.
I've got certain standards that the Stormers have to fulfill, that I crack open the limoncello. And the last 2 games they have won, but not deserving a limoncello.
Be honest with you, I've never seen the Stormers with high standards, but it's fine. Wherever you want to go. Then we have the Glasgow Warriors, top of the UCR against the Bulls. But I've got the Bulls winning this one. Listen here, I can't do any games on Saturday afternoon. So you're doing the Toulon Stormers, and straight after you're doing the Warriors Bulls.
Thanks for informing. Yeah, no
yes, I might do Saints Custers on Friday night. I kind of want to do that game. And I want to do Bordeaux against the Tigers on Sunday. So we'll see. But Bulls sending up everybody, Vern. Everybody. I see a Bulls win here.
It's going to be a tight one.
The only problem the Bulls have got, they got to play on the plastic bottle pitch, the recycled plastic bottle pitch. That is cuck. But yeah. Then Harlequins against the Sale Sharks. Normally I'd say easy win for the Sharks if you look at the table this year. But Harlequins, good win. Come off a good win last week at home. Crazy stuff can happen.
Yeah, this is a game that I would say this is a toss-up.
Okay. I just want to look at the chat quickly. I see Paddy's in there. Cheslin. Chezzy's in the house as well. And Mo. That's my man there. Mo is from Murata. That is the boy from Los Angeles, right? That's the Mo from LA. Mo, tell me I'm right.
Too many
Morris in the house. Morris in the house. Yeah. Marnus, you can't fool a fooler, man. Marnus, that one's done. I think that April Fool's one was done last year already by me with Russie going to the US, right? No, and I fooled the boys today with Man United signing Gareth Southgate. Now I hope there's no egg on my face in about a few weeks' time.
Exactly.
To win or to lose against the Bears, that's maybe the match of the round with the Warriors Bulls. Though that's a good one.
I've got something to say. Paddy's saying that the Irish are signing some Australian 22-year-old. That's shameful that the Irish have to go rob Australian players, but it's normal. Half
England,
their team are foreigners.
Ireland, Scotland, without the Southern Hemisphere, they don't even have national teams. There you go.
No.
What are your thoughts on Toulouse against the Bears, Vern?
No, Toulouse win that one easy.
I think Ramos just kicks them to pieces.
Yeah, Toulouse win that one.
Bordeaux against the Tigers, that's a good one, man.
But Bordeaux's back on after a shaky start.
Bordeaux's all guns blazing, as what's his name would say.
Yeah, but they had a shaky start to the season, but they are getting it right now.
Yeah, but they got Lucu back. They got the boys there, you know. It's looking good for Bordeaux. And then Leinster against Edinburgh, thrashing coming here. I can't see anything but a thrashing. I got a little bit of extra news there on Edinburgh. Where's my piece of paper? Duane van der Merwe is still out for another 2 weeks. His last game was at the beginning of the Six Nations. A little bit of an injury, and Magnus Bradley as well. So, Edinburgh are going to get hammered in this one.
Yeah.
I can see this going like 48-12 or something like that. Big hammering there in the Investec Cup. So we'll see. Look, let's hope one of the South African teams come through.
Yeah, but don't they meet there up anyway?
That they will meet each other in the next round. Look, I can see the Stormers coming through. I think the Stormers got a better chance against Toulon than the Bulls against the Warriors.
Okay.
Then the Challenge Cup, that is the Division 2. Normally I don't do mediocrity. But Connacht against the Sharks, I might do that one on Friday. That's a Friday night game as well. Depends on what the Sharks send up to. I've got to first check it out. I'm not doing it when, old Popo van der Merwe and old, dumbass Buerta or somebody like that is playing. I need to have some, names that I know. I can't do names that I don't know, Then, I don't think the Sharks take this seriously. Because...
Nick, this is the only competition that's got left to win.
I don't think so. I think they throw this one so that they can rest the boys for trying to get into the playoffs.
They're not getting in the playoffs.
Montpellier against US Perpignan. Montpellier, I think, got this one wrapped, baby. Then that Chiefs Munster one, that could be a good game, huh?
That could be a really good one.
Munster didn't turn up against the Sharks, turned up against the Bulls. The Chiefs, you never know. I would go Chiefs here. I wouldn't go Munster here.
The rest is dog shit, man.
Matty Dickinson says he hopes the Sharks send the juniors. Well, it doesn't really matter because we play like we're the juniors. Then a Benetton against Cardiff. I got Benetton upsetting Cardiff in this one.
Yeah.
I don't think Cardiff takes this one so seriously either. Who wants to win the Challenge Cup? Newcastle against La Rochelle, I think, is a thrashing incoming here. I think Newcastle get hammered big time. Yeah. And then the battle of the URC teams there. Ulster against the Ospreys. How serious do the Ulster take this one, Vern? They really want to do well in the URC. But I still see a close game here. And then Stade Francais against the Dragons. I think this could be the biggest points margin difference. I can see Stade Francais winning with over 60 in this one. They could score 70 points, Vern.
Yeah, I think Stade Francais should win that one easy.
And then Tebre against Selection Paloise. That depends what teams they send,
Yeah, it always depends on what team they send.
But I gotta say,
I think Pa should have enough.
Benetton, the other Italian team, I do like that team. I do like that team a little bit, Yep. So, Matty gained Dragons by 10. Ireland, North Macedonia was shocking. Okay. There you go. So that's what's coming up this week. Meaning there is no French League this week. There is no Premier League this week. And there's no URC this week due to the Challenge Cup. But I will tell you what is coming up in the URC. That is the next round. That is in 3 weeks' time. So there's 2 weeks Investec Cup. Look, Bulls, Dragons. When we're looking from a South African perspective, the big one is the Stormers can do everybody a big favor in South Africa by knocking off Connacht.
The game I'm really looking
Lions
for.
Warriors.
Lions Warriors. That's going to be a cracker.
I think we need to do that one together.
That would be cool, man.
Yeah, we need to do a game together, Lions Warriors. I think that weekend we could do some games together there. The Bulls Dragons, I think, is on the Friday night. The Stormers, the Lions on the Saturday, and I think the Sharks play on the Sunday. So we'll see. We'll see. Look, the Sharks have got a good chance of winning against the Ospreys if they take everybody with. For my Sharks, it's basically, a week for week.
I just see your big bold knocking.
No, it's okay. I'm just reading Marnus's thing there. There you go. So that is your URC. Then we do know that the Super Rugby is on this week. Only 3 games in the Super Rugby this weekend because they don't have the same amount of teams in the table. They try to equal it up. Crusaders will thrash the Drua.
Yeah.
Chiefs will thrash the Waratahs.
And the Reds will thrash the Force.
The Chiefs have not played well, and the Waratahs have actually overperformed so far. And they're both in the... Well, I can tell you now. Let's have a look at the table there. The Waratahs are on 14 points, the Chiefs on 17. So it's a close game. It's a close game.
Definitely the most interesting game of the 3.
Definitely, I think. And I will be trying to do that game on Saturday morning early, so we'll see what happens there. Like I said, I'll tell you what's coming up in the Gallia Premiership, but they're not playing this weekend. Those are just the fixtures that you guys know. But what is coming up this weekend is, of course, Konnichiwa, baby, the Japanese League. Mihonda Heat against the Sun Goliath. The Dino Halls against the Blue Revs. That other one, Wild Knights, Cannon Eagles. Cannon Eagles have been starting to play well lately.
Yeah.
Then you got Verblitz against Kobe Steel. Toshiba Brave Lupus against the Uzawara D-Rocks. The Black Rams, Tokyo take on Kobe. Spears, not Steel. Okay, I got that wrong. It's Verblitz against the Spears and Black Rams against Kobe Steel. There you go. Look, want to put that table again, just to show you there. You look at it, the Spears on top with the Wild Knights, followed by the Steelers and Sun Goliath, Black Rams and Brave Lupus. But I still don't like that Japanese system because the moment it is the Brave Lupus that would be in the playoff with 26 points. There are 2 teams better than them not making the playoffs.
Hey, Japanese way, man.
And it is the Japanese way. It is what I would really like if I could look. I mean, let's put it this way: the Conference A with Wild Knights on is cuck. You've got the Wild Knights, and the rest of them are cuck at the moment, Vern.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it is, man.
And then you look on the other side, Conference B with the Spears, the Steelers, Sun Goliath, the Black Rams, Tokyo, even Mihonda Heat. I mean, look, it's crazy. It is crazy, man. But that's the way the Japanese do it, So let's leave Japan and say sayonara. Yeah. Top 14, no games this weekend. But I think we got to travel once to go watch a top 14 game. We must find out what's the closest to Switzerland. It's probably Lyon, huh?
It's probably Lyon, yeah.
Lyon, there's nothing here in Alsace or anything like that, huh?
No.
Paris would also not be that far, Stade Francais. But Toulouse is way down there but Toulouse would be nice because that's near the ocean.
Maybe, the playoffs.
Yeah,
summer.
It's summery there. We go down on the Med. We could chill on the Mediterranean there. We'll see.
Similar to our little Italian excursion there.
Yes. But I think we're going Bordeaux there with the Sevens would be nice.
The Atlantic's cold, Vic.
Huh?
The Atlantic's cold.
Yeah, but they got good. The people there. We've been there, man. The people are nice there. Yeah. Maybe we can get someone to give us one of those street parties like they did when we were kids.
Be nice.
Then, last but not least, we talk a little bit of Sevens rugby. Look, we're going to go to Hong Kong on the 17th till the 19th. This is the World Cup or the World Championships in Sevens. There are 12 teams. So they have 3 towns I go to. So it's Hong Kong, which is officially the home of Sevens rugby, right? That's where it all started, in Hong Kong. Then the second one is in Valladolid, Spain. on the 31st, from 29th to 31st of May. And then on the 5th to the 7th of June, it is in Bordeaux. These are the teams that are qualified. So for the women, you've got all top tier, those top 8 nations, obviously Argentina, Australia, they're in there, Brazil, Canada, Fiji, France, Great Britain, Japan, New Zealand, South Africa, Spain, and the USA. So, yeah, good stuff there. They might even increase the sevens next year. Then, and then on the men, you have Argentina, Australia, Fiji, France, Germany, Deutschland. It's not possible. Me and you got to start up the Swiss sevens rugby.
Deutschland.
Britain, Kenya, New Zealand, South Africa, Spain, Uruguay, and the USA. Deutschland is in there. Now, fuck it, man. I'm not going to go watch Deutschland.
Vic, it's a strange world we living nowadays, man.
It is a strange world. Italians can't get to a football World Cup. They get to the World Series of baseball. The Italians are now a baseball and a rugby nation. They're not a football nation anymore. Germany becoming a rugby nation. I mean, Kenya becoming a rugby nation. They just can't, they don't just do the hurdles and the 10,000 meter anymore, Things are changing in the world, man. And Great Britain, can't they just take the great away and just call themselves Britain? Because they ain't fucking great anymore.
Not great at all.
I mean, look at it. That is England, Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland together, and they still cuck.
No Northern Irish, Vic. They belong to the Irish Federation.
Okay. So what does it matter? Wales, Scotland, and England.
But Vic, Wales is cuck. Scotland is cuck. And the English are becoming cuck.
No. What do you mean they're becoming cuck? They are cuck, man. Italy plays cricket now too. Yes. Well, look, it's not long. I guarantee you, Italy will probably be better than the Proteas.
Dude. No, I've been watching this morning. I was watching IPL, man.
Highlights. Yes, I even put out the results, man.
Those my new team is the Rajasthan Royals.
But where does Chicken Vindaloo play against Lamb Madras?
Every game, Vic. You just have to go to there and in the stands.
Or Naan against Chutney. Where's the stuff, man? I was reading those names.
That 15-year-old kid had a 50, man. He was knocking the ball around.
That is almost pedophile letting people play like that young.
Yeah, but he's good.
I'd bowl straight at his head. I would put the fear of God in him.
The Stormers let a 39-year-old guy play rugby and the Rajasthan Royals to have a 15-year-old kid.
I thought you might make a comeback for the Stormers.
I was thinking about it there, man.
I mean, you look younger than old, what's his name?
Deon Fourie. I feel young.
Deon Fourie looks like he's 70.
Yeah.
What's next? Brock Harris. Is Brock Harris making a comeback?
Brock is in the coaching thing. I can see Brock when they show a picture of the coaching box.
Well, if Deon Fourie can play for the Stormers at 39, listen here. All those Springboks that are over 35 now, 4 years' time, you're in the squad, no problem.
Yeah, Brock Harris, I see him in the coaching box. He's itching to get back on the field.
What? Matty Dickinson, these guys, you can't April fool us, man. Never try to bullshit a bullshitter, man. You know what I heard today? Matty Dickinson. It's only 2 centimeters big, Vern.
No, that's not even a joke. That's the truth.
That's the truth. That's not even an April Fool's Day. I heard there was a clinic in South Africa where they have, where you can make it bigger, and he signed in for that clinic. From 2 centimeters to 3.5.
No, it's an itchy subject. I mean, 10 years ago, I had a reduction.
Well, listen here. That's what I was talking about. I thought maybe me and Matty would be, family afterwards. Because I gave off 20 centimeters a few years back. So you never know,
That's true.
You give off 20 centimeters and you still have 30. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's crazy. But that's the show for today. You bullshitters trying to bullshit us here on April Fool's Day. There you go. No. You want another April Fool's Day? You want me to mention something? Sasha's a world-class kicker.
That's a fucking joke.
That's a joke. That's me for today. Vern, you got anything else to add?
Anything else to add? I don't know. I see Paddy's excited because the Irish are stealing an Australian player. I mean, that's just sad. But if Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, if they don't get any foreign players, they're not going anywhere.
Well,
So
listen, I
that's
was on this website, right? And because I wanted to see
no,
how many
no,
foreign-
Vic. No website, no dodgy website.
Pornhub is not the one. It was a rugby one, and I was looking how many foreigners play in the South African teams. 5 foreigners play in South Africa. There's a Scotsman playing in South Africa. There's an Englishman playing in South Africa. There is I can't remember. I think it's 2 Zimbabweans.
3
Zimbabweans, and then they didn't count. They say that the Namibians don't count as foreigners. I don't know, whatever. But what I wanted to say was, do you know how many South African rugby players with a South African passport, not like Dusi van der Merwe that is now Scottish, how many South African rugby players play abroad with a South African passport worldwide?
100?
1,012.
What?
1,012 South Africans play abroad. Wow. That is all the way from Canada, in those rugby leagues, the USA, alone in the small Swiss league that we have here, 37. So yeah, it's South Africa is the Brazil of rugby with the exports. You know what I mean? 1,012 people with a South African passport playing abroad.
Crazy, man.
And Wales is still cuck. I mean, come on, Wales. There's 1,012 to choose from, man.
Right.
I mean, Wales shouldn't start with, with Jones and with Hughes. It should be Botha, Van der Merwe, Van Sail, and Van Wyk. There you go. But I'm going to make myself some tacos now for supper.
You do that, man.
And we'll talk. You're going to tell the guys you got basketball coming up, man.
Basketball coming up 10-7 this evening. It's Bayern Munich. FC Bayern Munich, not the football against Fenerbahce Istanbul. It's basketball. Euroleague, it's not football. But as 2 traditional clubs here in Europe, Bayern against Fenerbahce. Should be interesting. Fenerbahce has lost 2 games in a row now. So they're on a bit of a slump. So they want to get out of that one. Bayern still wants to end the season off well. So it's going to be an interesting affair. Join me, lad.
But I got to say something. The best post that Marnus has ever made. Here's the best April Fool's joke. Scotland will win the World Cup.
That is the best one.
What do you mean no tacos for Vic, man? Fuck off, man. So I'm off. I'm just talking about the food. I'm hungry already. We'll see you guys later. Join Vern for the basketball. And remember, when you get in there, always say he's a prat. Okay, ciao, guys.
Bye-bye.